1970 y la embajada está aquí de hace 45 años. Los dos países tienen acuerdos, tienen muchos puntos comunes en relación en nivel multilateral, y las relaciones bilaterales tiene punto de vista común en muchas, por ejemplo, política, y su esfuerzo aquí es para fortalecer las relaciones económicas entre los dos países.
And maybe this is an unusual question, but did you ask to be stationed here, or were you picked by the Pakistani government to be sent here to Mexico? How does it work back in your country?
Oh, in our system, the government decides where we have to go.
Okay.
Oh.
We have not much say in where I would like to go, because if we start giving me places with my choice, then it would be very difficult.
Yeah, of course. Okay.
There are many countries in the world which are very difficult countries, so then nobody will go there. So our system is that the government of Pakistan, primarily the Prime Minister of Pakistan, decides. So he is given that these are the stations, these are the countries where we have to send the ambassadors, and here are the ambassadors. So he decides who has to go. The proposal goes from the SRE, Pakistan, okay, and then the Prime Minister approves, and then you go wherever they want to see. This is an essential service. Wherever they send me, I have to serve my country, I have to represent my country, I will do it. And beside Mexico, I'm also Ambassador of Pakistan to Belize, Costa Rica, Panama, El Salvador, and Guatemala.
Okay, so you've been in Central America?
Yes, and
okay,
I've been to all these countries,
Okay.
So I have responsibility of 6 countries. I'm stationed here, but I travel to these countries off and on every 2-3 months. I go to these countries and I look after the interests of Pakistan and the expansion of bilateral relations with these countries.
And while you're not there in those countries which you just quoted, who's in charge? Who did you leave in charge? Let's say for
Nobody
came up.
Nobody.
Okay.
Nobody. But normally what we do is we appoint honorary consuls,
Okay.
which are countries of the same country. They are the nationals of. For example, we have somebody from Costa Rica, a Costa Rican. He is our honorary consul. So in my absence, whenever Pakistan has to be represented, he goes to represent Pakistan.
Okay.
This is the international system, So one of the issues because of which our relation is not where it should be with Mexico is because Mexico does not have an embassy in Pakistan.
Oh, okay.
So your ambassador in Tehran, Iran, is accredited to Pakistan. So he goes to Pakistan once or twice. What we need is, actually we should have an embassy of Mexico in Pakistan.
Of course.
Mexico,
there's a Pakistani embassy here in Mexico.
Yes,
There should be one
yes.
Mexican embassy
Absolutely.
in Pakistan.
Mexico opened its embassy in 2007 but closed it in 2009 because of citing some economic problems and all this. But I have been raising this issue with the Mexican authorities, and I have been assured that Mexico has decided to open the embassy in Pakistan, and we are just hoping when they would be opening the embassy, because the presence of an embassy is very important
Yes.
to project and to represent your country.
Of course.
Very simple. I'm talking to you as ambassador of Pakistan because I'm here. There is no Mexican ambassador to talk to Pakistanis and tell them about Mexico.
Of course.
So don't worry, but I'm fulfilling that responsibility also. So I'm not only Pakistan's ambassador here, but unofficially I try to keep Pakistan informed about Mexico. So this is our responsibility, but it would be good if we have a Mexican ambassador in Islamabad.
Okay.
So our relations are very good, but we need to expand these relations. There are a lot of things that we appreciate as far as Mexico is concerned. For example, your education system your universities are very old. Your education system is good, and therefore there is a lot of scope of educational cooperation between our two countries. We have signed many agreements with Mexico, and we are working on more agreements to sign and strengthen our relations with Mexico. Now, beside Mexico, I think all of you being journalists, you know, there's something which is happening in our part of the world. It's between India and Pakistan.
Yes.
Very recently, there were very serious problems, you know.
Ahí sí puedes empezar.
Ok, él ha explicado que como a partir de México, aparte de México, él también es embajador concurrente a otros 5 países. Y como no hay embajada de México en Pakistán, es muy importante tener una embajada para fortalecer las relaciones más. En este momento la embajada de Irán está acreditada concurrentemente a Pakistán. Y a partir de esto él quería decir sobre la situación actual en la parte sur de Asia.
Okay,
So what happened is that we got independence from British, like you were a Spanish colony, we were a British
It was
colony.
back in 1947.
1947. 1947 when we got independence, so the British has to divide India. The big subcontinent of India was to be divided. So how do they divide India, you know? So the principle of division was that in areas where the Muslims are in majority will become Pakistan. The areas where Hindus are in majority will become India.
Okay.
Very simple. So there was one state of Kashmir, where there was majority, over 70% of the population was Muslim.
Okay.
So by the principle of partition, this state should have become part of Pakistan.
Pakistan, of course.
But at that time, India sent the forces and occupied this territory. So since 1947, Kashmir has remained a dispute between India and Pakistan.
Voy a explicar. Es que la región de Pakistán y de India, que es subcontinente, era colonia de Inglaterra. Y en 1947 los dos países eran independientes. Y la principal era que las partes del subcontinente que tenían mayoría de musulmanes forma parte de Pakistán, y donde hay mayoría de los hindús será parte de la India. Y según esta regla, el estado de Cachemira, que tenía más de 70% de musulmanes, debía estar parte de Pakistán. Pero India, por esfuerzo, cuando los dos países estaban divididos, India tenía sus esfuerzos en Cachemira y lo ocupó. Y India también, desde este momento los dos países tienen esa región en disputa. Eso es la historia de Cachemira. Y todavía no hay una decisión final.
¿Cuándo es ocupada Cachemira?
1948 में उनकी forces
1948.
En 1948 las fuerzas armadas de India entraron en Cachemira.
So after that, India took the matter to the United Nations, and the United Nations passed resolutions that the people of Kashmir should be given their right of self-determination. We call it a plebiscite. They said we should hold a plebiscite in Kashmir, and the people of Kashmir should decide whether they want to be with Pakistan or whether they want to be with India. But that plebiscite, that right of self-determination, has never been executed by India.
Cuando ocurrió este disputa India toma el problema a Naciones Unidas, y Naciones Unidas decidió, tenía su resolución que la decisión sobre la región de Cachemira será con los deseos de la población de esa parte, y por eso debe estar un plebiscito que la gente tiene derecho de autodeterminación, y como quieren las personas en Cachemira, eso forma parte de cualquier de los dos.
Okay, so Mr. Ambassador, sorry. So is it fair to say that Kashmir is like its own nation, its own country, or its citizens? Are they either Pakistanis or from India? How are they recognized all over the world as of today?
Yes, the people of Kashmir, that is the dispute basically. You know, the people of Kashmir, they want to exercise their right of self-determination.
Okay.
India has occupied the area, there are 700,000 Indian troops to control the area.
Okay.
That is the only place probably in the world where you have one soldier for every 10 persons, you know. So it is like, it is now an occupied area in India. So obviously it is now part of India, it is under the control of India. In fact, Kashmir is now divided in two parts. 30%, 35% of it is with Pakistan, and the remaining is with India. So 2/3 with India, 1/3 with Pakistan. So it remains a disputed area. So our side we call it independent Kashmir, you know,
Yeah.
and their side we call it Indian occupied Kashmir. So the part that we are talking about, where the problem is, the part in Pakistan is peaceful. There is no problem, there is no processions, nothing. It is part of Pakistan. But the 2/3 part, which is with India, there is a problem going on. There is a struggle going on for the last 30 years especially. There have been a lot of bloodshed, there's been a lot of fighting, because when people cannot exercise their right democratically, they pick up arms. So there is an armed struggle going on in Kashmir at this time.
So is it fair to say that 2/3 of Kashmir, as you just said, they're living under
Oye,
a dictatorship? It would be equal
It
to a
is-
dictatorship because
no.
they have not the right to
Yes,
express themselves or to choose which side they want to be on.
yes, I would call it, it is under occupation. It is under Indian occupation. You can explain it.
Okay. Es que la parte Cachemira, cuando él ha preguntado que cómo está los ciudadanos de Cachemira, cómo están representados. En este momento, Cachemira tiene dos partes. Una parte está con el Pakistán, está independiente, pero geográficamente forma parte de Pakistán. Y otra parte que tienen las fuerzas y armas de India es, nosotros digamos, Cachemira ocupado por India. Es un territorio que es 2/3 parte del territorio total y 1/3 parte está con Pakistán. Por eso, en este momento, el estado del Cachemira está dicho ocupado y no tiene todavía no está decidido finalmente el estado de este lugar.
So this is the background. I mean, the last 30 years there are very gross human rights violations which are happening, because when you have 700,000 troops to control a population, you can imagine that there would be human rights violations. There are UN reports, there are reports by the United Nations Human Rights Commission. There's a lot of pressure on India, and every day few Kashmiris, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 Kashmiris are killed by the Indian security forces. And the people of Kashmir are reacting to that. So on the 14th of February, one Kashmiri young man, in his car, he loaded 350 kilograms of explosives, and he rammed his car into a truck, in a military truck, killing 40 Indian soldiers at the spot.
En este momento hay 700,000 personas de esfuerzas India en Cachemira, y la situación ha causado una, ¿cómo se dice? Indigenous, por los indignados. La gente de Cachemira ahora quiere lograr por su derecho de autodeterminación y está contra las esfuerzas de la India. Y esto es un evento ocurre en el 14 de febrero cuando una coche que llevaba explosivas
chocó con un camión militar.
Camión militar que llevaba 40 personas militares de la India. Y esto es el evento que encendió la situación que está ocurriendo ahora. Es una cosa, es la persona está de Cachemira, el vehículo está de Cachemira, y esto es una representación y manifestación de la que la gente quiere tener sus derechos de autodeterminación.
So India immediately blamed Pakistan, that
Why?
Pakistan is...
Sorry, Mr. Ambassador. That was gonna be my question. Okay, we are attributing this to a suicidal bomber, just to call him like that. Why is the Indian government saying that he was a Pakistani citizen? Why are they blaming you
Yes.
for the event? Maybe it was one of them. Could
They
it be
wa-
possible to start
No,
to ignite all these?
It was 100% a Kashmiri.
Okay.
They know him. He's a Kashmiri, you know. But they always blame Pakistan. The problem is that in India, for the last 5 years, we have Prime Minister Modi. Prime Minister Modi comes from a fundamentalist party which is called BJP.
Okay.
The BJP party is a anti-Muslim party. You know, it is in India, it is ruling India, but unfortunately, the policies of Mr. Modi has been fundamentalist, extremist policies. And one of the policies of Mr. Modi is anti-Pakistan. He has declared it openly that he will damage Pakistan, he will isolate Pakistan. So anything goes wrong in India, instead of claiming responsibility for his failure, he blames Pakistan. So because they cannot control the situation in Kashmir, it is an indigenous, if you look at the videos, you will see thousands of people on the streets chanting slogans like, "We want freedom, we want freedom." Pakistan cannot manage all this, you know. We are a 10 times smaller country. So when you fail yourself, what do? You want to blame somebody else for that, you know. So this is what Mr. Modi's policy is, that whenever something goes wrong in Kashmir or in Pakistan, in India,
They blame
he has to blame Pakistan. Because that's easy, you know. So when this thing happened, within 30 minutes, Mr. Modi started blaming Pakistan. Now, if something happens, you carry out investigation.
Of course.
You carry out, you know, some findings. And if you have anything, when this happened, and you know when it happened on a day when it happened on the 14th, and on 15th, Pakistan was to receive the visit of Prince Mohammed from Saudi Arabia, who was coming to sign $20 billion agreements of investment in Pakistan.
Okay. And no one has ever said that. Not on the news. No one has ever said anything about what you're just saying.
No, our Prime Minister said it. He said, look, Pakistan is preparing for a visit where he will get $20 billion investment. Are we fools? Are we stupid to do it one day before that? But that timing was done in a manner to spoil this visit.
Of course.
So because we are two enemy countries, very frankly, you know. So we know. And the other thing is, Mr. Modi has been losing state elections. And there are elections in May.
Okay.
So in India, he tries to re-elect. For this, he whips up anti-Pakistan rhetoric, you know, so that when he talks tough on Pakistan, he shows himself like a strong man, he will get more votes. So this is what the dynamics of Indian politics is, you know. In India, elections are fought on anti-Pakistan rhetoric. And since elections are 2 months away, Mr. Modi has been losing elections. So in order to gain popularity, he would blame Pakistan. But this is just the beginning of the problem. Can you just explain this?
Para tener este evento en contexto, tenemos que ver que en este momento hay partido Bharatiya Janata que su líder es primer ministro Modi y está en espera de las elecciones que van a tener en algunos meses. En las políticas de India, el sentimiento contra Pakistán es una fuerza muy importante y Modi y su partido está contra musulmanes y siempre está buscando las oportunidades donde puede acusar a Pakistán en cualquier situación se encuentre. Por eso, cuando ocurrió este evento, inmediatamente, en 30 minutos, primer ministro Modi acusó a Pakistán para lo que ha pasado en Cachemira. Y él quiere mostrar como una persona con mucha fuerza y una persona que está contra Pakistán y por eso tener el apoyo de la gente en ganar los votos en las elecciones. Como ha dicho que he dicho que es una cosa muy importante en las elecciones de India tener una policía contra Pakistán y por eso según este evento India sigue acusando a Pakistán por eso.
So immediately after the visit, we kept quiet for 2 days because Prince Mohammed was in Pakistan. So after his visit, the Prime Minister of Pakistan came on the television and he offered India that if they have any information which can hold any Pakistani person, individual, organization responsible or involved in this attack, he said, you give us the information and we will take whatever action is possible, we will take. This is what a reasonable offer can be.
Yes, of course. Of course it is.
Cuando ocurrió este evento, nuestro primer ministro explicó nuestro punto de vista. Justo día después teníamos la visita de Príncipe Mohammed desde Arabia Saudí y Pakistán tiene un acuerdo de 20 mil millones de dólares y por eso no estaba en nuestro interés tener este tipo de evento justo antes de una visita oficial. Y nuestro primer ministro Imran Khan dijo que si nos presenta con los evidence, con una evidencia, vamos a tomar acción. Eso es lo que ha dicho.
They never
India
showed
refused.
any
No, they just simply refused. They said, we refuse. We not give anything, but you are responsible. So after this, on 26th morning, India sent 12 fighter jets into Pakistan.
12.
12 fighter jets, 3 o'clock in the morning. They came in Pakistan and they dropped some bombs. They carried out a bombing in Pakistan. Now, they claimed that we have done the bombing to destroy a terrorist training camp. This is what they
You,
claim.
yourself.
No, Indians.
Okay.
The Indians sent 12 fighter jets of Indian Air Force into Pakistan and they bombed the area, one area, and they said, we have destroyed a terrorist training camp
okay.
in Pakistan.
Okay.
Now, you know this is an act of aggression.
Of course.
This is an act of war against
Yes.
another country.
Yes.
And they claimed that they have killed 300 people and they have destroyed the camp. Now, what the reality is? Reality is that they came, the 12 aircrafts came, they dropped 4 bombs which fell into the trees. 19 trees were destroyed. There was nobody killed. There was no destruction carried out in Pakistan.
Okay.
El día 26 de febrero, Fuerza Aérea de la India tenía 12 aviones en el espacio de Pakistán y dejaron 4 bombas en nuestra parte del país. Y después de eso, India ha dicho que han matado entre 250 y 350 personas en Pakistán en un centro que está un centro de formación para el terrorismo. Y la verdad es que no hay ningún muerto resultando de cuando dejaron sus armadas en nuestro país. No hay heridos.
O sea, eso dice India que bombardea.
India dice
que fueron árboles.
No, India no dice.
La
India
realidad
dice,
es que fueron árboles.
La
O sea,
realidad es que
árboles.
fueron árboles, no hay ningún
No hay ningún
muerto
muerto.
en nuestro país, pero India diciendo como que desde su parte es como un acta de empezar una guerra y India ha dicho que han destruido el centro de formación donde enseñan la gente
There was
sobre
nothing.
el terrorismo,
There was
pero
nothing.
realmente no han
That was for the news.
That was for the
Like to
news.
Okay.
Justify
Yes.
what they did.
It was for the local Indian people, they'll be happy.
Yeah,
"Oh, we
we-
destroyed, we did this. Nothing happened actually. So next day, although Pakistan told them that we have not lost even a single life, no house destroyed, no nothing, because there was nothing. Only thing that you did is you destroyed 19 trees,
Trees.
right? But we will respond. We will respond because if we don't respond, every time something will go wrong in India,
They'll
you
do
will come
whatever
and
they
attack
want
us.
anytime they want.
So next day, Pakistan sent 6 aircrafts, and we told them that we will not hit targets. We will also throw bombs in the open, just to give you the message that we can also do what you have done. But
Okay.
we will not kill anybody because nobody has been killed on our side.
Okay.
Para dar una respuesta a Pakistán mandó 6 aviones en el espacio de la India. Era solamente para mostrar la capacidad de Fuerza Aérea de Pakistán y no hay ningún muerto o daño resultando desde este evento, lo que ha hecho Pakistán en el espacio. Era solamente para mandar un mensaje que Pakistán tiene capacidad y potencial para dar una respuesta. Y también era para que para próxima vez cuando ocurre esta situación, India no haga esta respuesta, no manda sus aviones en nuestro país.
When our aircraft were coming back, India sent its aircraft to follow our aircrafts. When their aircrafts entered into Pakistan, we shot down 2 aircrafts.
India mandó sus aviones que estaban siguiendo nuestros aviones y cuando entraron en nuestro espacio aire estaban atacando. They were like shot down.
Los derribaron.
Los derribaron
Sí.
dos.
So we shot down
Sí.
2 aircrafts.
Por Pakistán fuerza.
La fuerza pakistaní destruyó
Sí,
los dos
porque
aviones de
Los dos,
invadieron el
Sí,
territorio
ya estaban
pakistaní.
en Pakistán.
Ya sobre el territorio
No.
Sí,
pakistaní,
porque ellos han
los
entrado
derribaron.
otra vez
allá en el
nuestra-
terreno,
sí.
ya
It is
justificado.
being said that one was caught. The other pilot, what happened
Yes.
to him?
So when we hit the 2 aircrafts, one aircraft fell in Pakistan,
Okay.
the other one fell in India.
In India.
Wow.
The
And the
one-
one you caught was the one who was in
Yes.
Pakistan.
So the one which here we apprehended the pilot also because he bailed out. So when he came on the ground, we captured him.
Okay.
But Pakistan did not want to start the war. So the Prime Minister of Pakistan decided, and within 3 days, we returned the pilot back to India.
See, and actually the pilot, he said that he was being treated well.
Very well.
Very well.
Very well. Because Pakistan did not see the problem is that with the international community also understand, our both countries are nuclear powers. Nuclear powers do not fight with each other.
Yeah.
Because then you never know when and where the war will end.
Yeah.
So Pakistan at this time do not want war. So in order to avoid war and as a gesture of goodwill, we returned the pilot within 3 days. We treated him very well and we returned the pilot to India that you can take your pilot, we are not interested in keeping him with us.
Now, Mr. Ambassador, it is being said, that's why I'm asking you this. It is being said that both China and the US are trying to get involved, that China is supporting Pakistan and the US India. I don't know whether if it's the other way around. Is this true, accurate, or not?
Yes, in international politics, we are being supported by China because we have very strategic relationship with China. In the current situation, because China is rising, so United States want to use India against China, so they are supporting India. But in this crisis, every country was concerned about the war between India and Pakistan. So the United States, China, Russia, Saudi Arabia, Emirate, Turkey, Jordan, all these countries, UK, all these countries immediately came into action. They talked to Pakistan, they talked to India, they said
To avoid a
to
nuclear war.
avoid it. So after that, the situation has calmed down now.
Okay, great.
Okay. Es que en respuesta de la agresión de India, las fuerzas aéreas de Pakistán emprendió ataques a través de la línea de control de este espacio de Pakistán. Y cuando tenían dos